Welcome to the second installment of my Every Need for Speed Ever series. Today we are playing Need for Speed 2 on the PlayStation 1 from 1997. And this game is it's a bit rough. Physics-wise, it's not my favorite by any means. So sit back, relax, and enjoy the feature presentation.
Ladies and gentlemen,
for the win.
Man, now that's an old EA Games logo for sure. That's they haven't used that logo in a long time. But here we are. Welcome to Need for Speed 2, the second stop in my Every Need for Speed Ever series. And this is from 1997, which is a long time ago. But one of the coolest things about this game is this intro video. You have an XJ220 street racing, Ital design or Lamborghini Cala. It depends on who you ask. It's very much a Lamborghini. I mean, look at those wheels. It's a Lambo. It actually was like the predecessor for Gallardo. But, it's just like really the second game of the classic Need for Speed. And, I mean, look at how hard this intro video goes. I mean, it's got a street race going on. And if you want something, think about Fast and Furious with all the shifting that it shows. You know, it's almost like a meme. Look at the shifting in this intro video. Also, they have some really fucking cool cars in this intro video. I see a Lotus Esprit, see XJ220, see a Ital design Cala. You got some piece of shit NPC cars, so, you know, the plight of a supercar owner. I got a McLaren F1. I'm like, oh! So cool. It's always cool to see that. It's a real F1 too, wow. But, yep, here we are. Sometimes the camera freezes. GT90, now that's an old school car. So, I guess not as old school as the Ford Indigo. But then there's the super 90s graphics, there we go. Wow. So, like, this game was pretty damn international. Like, all the tracks take place in different countries, it seems. So, that's kind of neat. And, of course, it ends with the butterfly doors and McLaren F1 closing. Oh, so nice. But here we are, Need for Speed 2 from 97. This is the PlayStation version, because I don't want to try to configure SE on a computer. Because I don't have anything that old. And, yeah, we're gonna start messing around. So the way I'm going to set this video up is going to be different from like the later videos in the series, because the early NFS games were very, very simple. You had a handful of tracks, you had a handful of cars, and that kind of was it. There wasn't a story mode, there wasn't anything deeper, and the car list was, tiny. So what we're going to do, in the spirit of the old game, we're going to see pretty much all of it. So what we're going to do is we're going to race every single track, and we're going to drive every single car. And we're going to look at the showcase stuff that they have in the menus. We're going to look at the track descriptions to kind of get the good old classic Need for Speed feel to it. So let's start with our first track, which is Proving Grounds in Norway. So let's, we're going to do 2 laps. Oops, 2 laps. Sure. Yeah, we're just setting a single race. Let me get simulation. Then let's hear about Proving Grounds. This guy's my favorite. I love this guy. Listen to him.
Located far from prying eyes, these remote testing grounds put some of the world's fastest cars through their paces. Although originally built for endurance testing, this track also makes for some adrenaline-pumping metal-on-metal competition. The high-speed tri-oval will allow you to keep the pedal matted as you strive to maintain perpetual top speed. But keep your eyes on the road, because at 200+ miles an hour, the slightest twitch could turn your exotic car into exotic scrap metal.
Yeah, that guy's easily like my favorite narrator of all time. So cool. He has like a perfect voice for this kind of stuff. Like, this is like childhood memories. Alright, so I have the Indigo unlocked, but we're not going to use that yet. I think for this first track we're going to use the GT90. The blue GT90. Let's get here with a car too. Then we'll watch the videos last, because not every car has a video, so it's a good way to just keep a track of them. I don't want to like rewatch one or mess that up. So.
Intended as a new technology and advanced design test bed, the Ford GT90 is the automotive giant's first supercar effort since the winning GT40 Mark III racer of the 1960s. Using an innovative modular engine technology that permits fusing sections of two separate engines together, the GT90's hybrid V12 power plant can generate an enormous 720 horsepower. Heat from the quad turbocharged motor's exhaust can reach a staggering 1,500 degrees Fahrenheit, so ceramic insulation tiles, similar to those on the U.S. Space Shuttle, keep the car's body from melting. Infrared sensors on either side of the car alert the driver if another vehicle is pulling alongside, and fiber optic high-intensity discharge headlights, along with an aggressive speed-deployable rear spoiler, give the GT90 a menacing demeanor. Flashing a sporty, low-profile look, the lines of the GT90 declare that this car was built for speed, and proclaims that Ford is once again a force to be reckoned with in the supercar business.
I mean, hey, they brought out the 05-ish GT or whatever year, the first year that was. That thing was so cool. Yeah, we're gonna drive a GT90. Our opponents, we're gonna do random beginner. I'm not good at these whole games. So that's pretty much how it's gonna go. We're gonna look at a track. We're gonna look at the car. We're gonna drive every track. We're gonna drive every car. We're gonna watch all videos, and that's kind of it, because that's kind of what Need for Speed 2 is. There's not a lot extra here, especially on the older ones. Like, it's just not a lot. It's just a menu, and then it's just like, just select your track, select your car. Here you go. That's the game.
3, 2, 1, go!
So the default settings are catching me out. It's cool. Look at my GT90. My blue GT90. Got some cool music going on. Got interior view. Not even the grid caves could keep that connected. Grid 2 didn't even have an interior view. That's pretty cool. And you can definitely tell, like, you know, this game needed to do two things. It needed to do cars and it needed to do tracks. Like, that's it. And it does very well, both of them, in the sense of, we got some cool cars, and we got some cool tracks. But unfortunately, the physics are not the best. This car feels so understeery. Whoa! I also have turned my HUD off somehow.
Final lap.
It's interesting. I don't know how to get the HUD back. Oh well. It's not going to tell us anything we need to know. Super funky soundtrack. That's why I tried so hard to get the audio recording for this right, because I want y'all to hear this 97 Need for Speed soundtrack, which they honestly had a lot of the same people throughout the first couple Need for Speed games. And they're pretty damn good. Ram DiPresco, I'm probably butchering that name. Yeah, that dude's a legend. And Cascas? Saki Cascas? I should be better at pronouncing their names because they have made a lot of good music, especially in the Need for Speed series. Let's see if we get a dub.
Best lap.
Oh my god, the scraping.
Congratulations, you've got a top time for this track.
It's a wild lyrics going on. Well, there we go. That's the first track down, Proving Grounds. But I think there's more cars than tracks, so we're gonna have to be repeating stuff. But we'll redo my favorites. So next track, we're going to the Outback. Hear about it from our favorite narrator.
Enjoy the breathtaking view as you cross over the Harbor Bridge into the bustling streets of Sydney. The steel and glass of the city soon gives way to the red sands of the desert. Here, you can lay it out on the sun-baked roads of the Outback, where you'll encounter craters, rocks, and canyons that decorate this vast, arid landscape. Bring plenty of water for this race, because you may soon find yourself thirsting for more than just victory.
Nice. Though I do like, look at how much more complex this is. It's not really much more complex, but like in the sense that the tracks of this game do like gradually get more and more complex. So that, I mean, oh god, the next track is going to be not fun. So 90 going on the thing. I think it's going to be high speed, so we're going to go for the F1. Nice, pretty F1. Let's hear about one of the coolest cars of all time.
Pursuing its goal of creating the ultimate road-going sports car, McLaren Cars spared no expense and drew upon its vast Formula One racing knowledge to create the spectacular McLaren F1, a super-light, high-performance car which employs some of the most cutting-edge technologies and materials in the industry. Built on an incredibly strong and ultralight carbon composite chassis, the F1's potent BMW V12 engine, producing 627 horsepower, is capable of propelling this car to a stunning 231 mile-per-hour top speed, earning it the distinction of being the fastest production sports car in the world. For improved grip and handling, the F1 employs a complex system of airflow management, electric fans, and a brake-activated rear foil, whose combined effects literally suck the car to the ground at high speeds. Carrying a staggering 540,000 pound sticker price, the McLaren F1 is the most expensive production road car in the world. But for drivers that demand ultimate performance and can afford the price, few cars can match either its speed or acceleration.
Imagine getting the suck from a McLaren F1. We got our HUD back.
3, 2.
Oh yeah, McLaren's got that super cool center cockpit. Music just slapping. Car count was pretty good. Didn't realize the camera would stick. So this is the Outback track. I'm gonna try to commentate, but like, whoa, twitchy. That's like really hard to describe how, like, because these older racing games are so hard to describe how I was braking there and didn't do a damn thing. How they really feel, because it's not. You know, it's almost not 3D, if that makes sense. Like, you know, you're just kind of like glued to a track going a certain direction for most of it. That's what it seems like. Whoa, overtake, and there's like no traffic or cops in this one. I've noticed, which is strange. Which even in the intro video they show traffic, but maybe that's in the other game modes. Like we're not really gonna touch like tournament or knockout specifically because it's the same game. Like there's not. I already have unlocked what the unlocks for those would be, and so it's. I mean, we're just here to show tracks with cars. Whoa, 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 whoa! Can't get messed up. Okay, now there's a divider here. It's gonna scare the shit out of me. Divider. So I mean, we're going pretty quick. Oh yeah, a nice fun track and a very fast car. That thing hauls ass. I am noticing there's not a mini-map, and that could be it's a bold choice to not give us a mini-map when we're going 200 miles an hour. I mean, oh, yep. So does this game actually have the active spoiler? I'm looking at the rear of his car. I think it actually does. Whoa, that twitch. Ooh, he's chasing me. The brakes are not great in this game, but it's always cool to see like where the Need for Speed series started. I mean, it's going to be a long journey. I mean, we're only in the second game, and I'm not even counting how many games there are because there's always going to be more. But, I mean, we got the whole Undergrounds, Most Wanted, like all of that stuff. I mean, hell, even when we get to Most Wanted, it's still going to be only like there's still so many games after that. So it's just cool that, like, I want to do it linear because that's the way we can kind of just see how the series evolves. I mean, it dropped a Road and Track Presents section of title, which is interesting. I mean, I like this track, and I like the background too. It's, you know, old school gaming with how it's set up. Whoa! Yeah, it's got to be a pretty good time.
Fast lap.
Nice. That wasn't too bad, but of course the F1 is a very fast car. Like a very fast car. Again, listen to the music here. So funky. Alright, let's figure out about our next track. I mean, we already kind of saw what it looks like. Now, I am concerned without having a camera. Or a map, I mean. That's a bit... You're asking a lot, especially as these get infinitely more complex. Like, look at that compared to the reviews for.
Here at the crossroads of Northern Europe, a variety of cultures and influences come together, offering a wide range of driving challenges for beginners and experts alike. A modern autobahn cuts through this pastoral community, where fields of tulips and windmills give way to rolling alpine foothills. The treacherous switchbacks that wind down through a storybook castle allow for some intense competition. And keep in mind that the fastest route here is not always the most obvious.
So it's interesting that this is Northern Europe. What fun do we want to race to? The Lotus. Fun color. Again, let's hear about our Lotus GT1.
The Lotus GT1 is based upon the technology of its two-seat convertible progenitor, the Elise, and is the road-going version of Lotus's new GT race car. The GT1 road car is extremely lightweight, weighing an unprecedented 2,315 pounds, but flaunts the same 350 horsepower V8 engine as the Lotus Esprit. Elegant in both form and function, the GT1 features many of Lotus's latest innovations, including a chassis made of epoxy-bonded aluminum extrusions and aluminum metal matrix brake discs. The GT1's low weight was achieved by using an aluminum chassis instead of traditional steel and making extensive use of simple single-part extrusions to reduce the number of car parts. Combined with these weight savings, the race-bred V8 engine allows the Lotus GT1 road car to rapidly accelerate to a top speed of 195 miles per hour.
That's a cool car. It's weird because it's like you rarely see the first-gen Elise stuff, but like that's what this car is based off of. There we are, going to Northern Europe. I really do wonder if it has localization. I'll have to look that up later because it's weird. Because there is some weird localizations that it does. The strangest is probably in the fourth Need for Speed game where there's a track that's mentioned that it's in England, but they just tell you it's Australia in the Australian version. Yeah, it's pretty funny. But so that could just be a localization thing. Okay. Also, it's interesting. We're starting behind the line.
1, go!
I do not remember the course layout, so we're gonna try not to mess it up. That's the thing, because your draw distance isn't amazing. And there's some elevation changes, stuff like that. Like, look at the pop in there. Oh, God. Oh. Alright, we flying. Oh, I just tank slap that guy. Oh. I'm trying to see some stuff, like... Good sound effect. Cool music too. I'm looking at the roll. Sorry, F1. Now I'm looking at the road signs to see if they kind of give you an indication of, you know, what's upcoming, because there's not really like that. Wow. There wasn't much warning to the curve being that sharp there, so that's interesting, because I guess it's one of those things, you know, see, those have indicators. Not really telling you the speed you should be going through there. It's just weird because it seems like these tracks are kind of on the extreme side. On the like, they're not entirely fantasy-ish, but like they kind of are. I mean, they're very, very much like a stereotypical fantasy, but I mean, it's still like on Earth. And it's kind of weird because like the cars are pretty, you know, real in a sense. I mean, they aren't. None of these cars are fake. They're all like either high-end from all manufacturers or they're prototypes or super cool concepts. They're all real. Like, none of these are made up. Like, they all existed in a real world, in a sense. But, like, this track is, like, very much an exaggeration of, quote-unquote, Northern Europe, which, yeah, God, I'm really trying. And it's also really dark in this section. Cool music too. I mean, I like it. Yeah, obviously, it's probably combining a lot of Europe. You got windmills, which is, you know, I'd say that's stereotypically a certain part of Europe. But then you got like the logo was like a unicorn for this track, which is very interesting. And there's like castles. I mean, to be fair, castles over here. Wonderwell. I mean, it's interesting. We'll look that up later. Whoa! Yeah, that caught me out the first time. This is it's so cool to see the interiors. Whoa! Working gauges. Pretty dope. That is really cool to see. You know, I will say this. That is probably the most famous classic Need for Speed noise. Is when you... Yeah, I broke for that one hard, and it still didn't seem to do a damn thing. The brakes feel very numb in this game. But as I was saying, that noise when you do a jump and land, and like your engine's just pigging, that's kind of like the most classic Need for Speed noise I know. And why these tracks are interesting and why I consider this game so international, because I'm not a lot familiar. I'm very familiar with the sequel to this game, Hot Pursuit. And Hot Pursuit's weird because it's like entirely USA. And that's confirmed in High Stakes because of a reason that I'll get into when we get to it. But yeah, so everything in High Stakes, everything in most... there's too many Need for Speed games that were other Need for Speed names. My God. Most... I almost said most money. Hot Pursuit, the original Hot Pursuit, is all USA bound. I guess the same could be said about Hot Pursuit 3, because Seacrest County seems to be America, but that's a bridge we get to when we get there. It's a long way off. I mean, that's a game from 2010, and we're still in '97. So there hasn't been a shortage of games between them two. Good job, Elise GT1, Lotus GT1. Oh, I love this one. I love Pacific Spirit. This is one of my favorite tracks.
From trendy city streets to old-growth rainforest, this track is a virtual year-round playground. Starting off in the metropolitan heart of downtown, this fast-paced road trek quickly leaves the city behind for more natural surroundings. Nestled between calm Pacific waters and majestic mountains, a weather-torn highway winds through an enchanted old-growth forest, where you can catch glimpses of an ancient native settlement. A twisting ascent into the mountains will leave you breathless, but prepared for the race back down the slopes to the city.
This is a fucking cool track. This is probably one of my favorite classic Need for Speed tracks. It's got such a good, got a little bit of everything, and I think that's what makes it so good. So what do we want to race in Pacific Spirit, man? What car should we go for? F50 in Pacific Spirit? I I actually can't tell if that's red or pink. I might be having issues seeing. So let's hear about one of my favorite I'm almost not able to speak because how much I love the F50. It is such a cool car. Oh.
In keeping with its racing heritage and commemorating 50 years of Ferrari history, the Formula One inspired F50 represents a long line of automotive excellence and achievement. This stallion from the Ferrari stables is a two-seat Formula One race car with very few compromises to make it street legal. Based on the Ferrari 333 SP, its composite carbon fiber body and 513 horsepower engine allows it to reach 60 miles per hour in a blistering 3.7 seconds. The F50's striking personality also affords some innovative design features. With its Berlinetta detachable rooftop, this car can be driven as either a coupe or a spider. It is also the first production car to have the engine and transmission bolted directly to the carbon fiber chassis, making this assembly an integral structural component of the F50. With an extremely seductive look and a top speed of 202 miles per hour, the F50 is clearly the prized thoroughbred of the Ferrari lineup.
The F50 is so damn cool. It's such a damn cool car. It is. I mean, if you're taking stuff to a track and you had to choose between F40 and F50, I'd choose an F40. But like the F50 is just, something about it, man. It's just, so cool. Old school loading bar, too. Look at that thing. It goes vertical. And it gives you all the info. I think it's single player, Pacific Spirit in a Ferrari with random opponents. So that's all the info you need to know. And I guess what the track looks like, which you really need to know when they don't give you a mini-map in this game. Okay, music, going hard?
3, 2, 1.
All right, then.
Go!
Music's going pretty wild. Sorry, Lotus. Whoa, this thing's twitchy. It's weird to have a game that looks like this. It's kind of so scaled down. Have like cars that handle that wild. You have to brake so much like that. I messed that up completely, but... Oh! Let me use it. That's a thing. You can oversteer like crazy, but you can't whip a Yui back quick. Yeah, I'm trying to remember the course layout just from the image and where I am right now, and it's not working too well. I can feel that there's always a curve, and again, braking heavily for it. Whoa. Yeah, the music's going pretty mad right now. F1. Kind of like a mountain climb to a descent? Whoa, that's really cool. Oh, and the music's matching, and I'm twitching. I got so squirrely. I think the end of his lap is coming close. You see how much I was on the brakes there, though? That's gotta be my biggest complaint, is that the brakes kind of... They don't fit the tracks. Like, the way the cars are... Ouch. I need to be doing better than that, but...
Final lap.
Seems like the driving that they want you to do doesn't match how the cars kind of feel. I don't fault the tracks. I mean, it's hard to tell when there's no map or anything like that at this point, and it seems like your brakes do jack shit. Like, I think the difference between lifting off and braking is barely a difference, which is that's not great when you're trying not to die. Alright, here's the bridge again. Heavy on my brakes. Yeah. Problem is, I don't know. I don't like the handling of this game. I'm gonna be honest. Like, it's hard to describe, but I feel like handling, if it's kind of difficult, is supposed to like reward you. Like, it's supposed to feel good when you get it right, and it's just so numb. Oh my god, the guitar. That goes pretty hard, but yeah, no, I'm legitimately braking for these turns as they come up, and it seems to not slow me down enough, which is I don't know how to interpret that. I mean, I guess I need to get better, but it's not satisfying. Like, it's not like, oh cool, oh, and it's so twitchy. You just move me out of the way. All right, McLaren, party. It's weird to have like this much oversteer. And even I thought I was slowing down enough already. That was nowhere near the case. Monorail. Cool touch. That was full steering there too. It's so hard to describe how bad vehicles handle in this game. That's like the worst part of it.
Best lap.
Oh man, Mediterranean, what does this look like?
The ancient roads of this tiny island will challenge even the most advanced drivers as they wind their way past crumbling ruins and through claustrophobic village streets. Successful racers must become intimately aware of the many perils on Mediterranean or risk becoming part of their own Greek tragedy. The turquoise waters encircling this island contain secrets and treasures of many past civilizations. But don't be too distracted by the beautiful Mediterranean vistas, or you may just wind up ancient history.
So this track looks a bit wild, so we're gonna take the Cala. I don't want to yell. Let's get the Cala from the intro video. Okay, well, let's hear about the Cala, the Ital design.
Created by world-renowned design house Ital Design, the Cala represents the latest in Italian automotive styling and construction, as its curvaceous lines and performance will attest. Ital Design's prototype Cala features a strong carbon fiber body, an experimental aluminum chassis, and a removable Targa roof for open-air driving. Powered by a new Lamborghini 4-liter 400-horsepower V10 engine, the 6-speed Cala can reach 60 miles per hour in 5 seconds and claims a top speed of 181 miles per hour. The luxurious upholstered interior is built to seat 2 adults and 2 children. And as with many supercars, the Cala comes with accessories such as custom-fit color-keyed luggage and a high-end stereo system.
I like the luggage aspect of that. Also, the like, let's put kids in this. Like, no fucking way is a kid getting inside an Ital Design Cala. Like, nope. Nah, not happening, dog. We're gonna keep that shit clean. Oh boy, Mediterranean, this track's a bit rough. Throw back guitar.
3, 2, 1.
Alright, baby, let's risk the Cala. I am driving very cautiously right here. I rear end someone and spin out. Come on. Okay, so you can't tell me this car doesn't remind me of a 90s Sesto Elemento. I mean, look at the little accents in the design. It looks like a 90s Sesto. Which is interesting. But it makes sense because they're both Lamborghini designs. Like, this car is actually referred to as a Lamborghini Cala in some ways. So that's interesting, but it's weird. Like, Ital Design had that stuff because there's the in the PC version of Hot Pursuit, there's the Ital Design Shigeru, and that's actually an Alfa Romeo, which is getting interesting. I'm just gonna rattle it. Music's pretty cool right now. I'll give it credit. Yeah, they actually designed really good tracks for the the courses. They didn't want to use the track twice for that sentence because for two different meanings. Like Cala. Dark in this tunnel. This is pretty narrow streets. Kind of Glover's not traffic right now. Oh man, don't. Oh. Get a little bonk. The inside of a GT90 up the hill. Oh, crossover. Turn caught me out, but I think we're almost done. Yeah, this looks like start finish.
Final lap.
It is start finish. Yeah, this is a very caricaturization of Greece, which is obvious. It's cool. I mean, it's got cool music. It's got high city streets. That actually did not go as bad as I expected it to. Shove it right back into gear and let's go. I always like the old background JPEGs they got going on here. They kind of give like the world feel. They actually do a pretty good one. It's all blue and orange. I like that. Very pretty. And now like Cala, despite being a twitchy bastard, it's kind of fun to drive. Music, I mean, I think I find some of the highest regards that people can give this game. It's super good for soundtrack. Oh, the GT90's got speed on me, but bye GT90. It's the F1 ahead of me. Like, I mean, it's hard to describe. I mean, there's some really good racetracks in this game. I think that's probably the best aspect of Need for Speed 2 is the racetracks. They're really well done, and it's hard for me to bring the cars up to that level because I think the way the cars handle is a bit not great. They could be really numb, they could be really twitchy, they could kind of just be all over the place with how they feel and handle and seem to behave randomly at any time, like that oversteer right there. When I really did not need oversteer, so we're battling for a win. I can't out-accelerate a McLaren F1. And from the left tap, and yeah, he's having a bad time right now.
Best lap.
Nice. Cala. So the next track is oof, it's gonna be kind of scary. Oh my god.
For thousands of years, this remote region in the Himalayas has remained shrouded in mystery. Only the most fearless come here to test their skills on this treacherous roadway. Drivers experienced or lucky enough to survive the wind-swept cliffs, crystal caves, and perilous corners of this track will enjoy an elevated consciousness as they race upwards to the Great Temple. While pondering the meaning of life and gazing at the ancient ruins, Don't forget to keep an eye on the road, or you may find your karma at the bottom of a 1,500-foot chasm.
That karma pun was not great. Not even that narrator could deliver that. Look at the Indigo here. This guy.
Designed to bring the thrill of the racetrack to the road, the Ford Indigo is an extremely powerful and nimble two-seat roadster, which draws heavily upon Indy and Formula One car design and construction, using Ford's latest engineering and aerodynamic techniques. Taken from concept to reality in just 6 months with the help of England's Reynard racing cars, the Indigo's exciting styling is indicative of an aggressive racer with flashy sports car qualities. Distinctive mirror-mounted fiber-optic-based headlights provide improved visibility at night, and scissor-style doors swing up and out of the way, allowing the driver to step down into the car. The black leather cockpit is designed for driving comfort, but also takes its cue from Formula One cars, with gear-shifting buttons on the steering wheel, a 4-point racing harness, and an F1-style instrument display. Powering the Indigo is a rear-mounted, specially designed 435-horsepower V12 engine, which brings an amazing 75% of the car's total torque on tap at just 1,000 RPM. Sleek and aggressive, the Ford Indigo is destined to be a classic.
They really went hard with like the use of the term fiber optic back in this game. Or at least Ford did, because they used the same term for the GT90. I don't even know. Here's our cool Ford Indigo. This is a really cool car.
2.
The interior working. Opponents out of the way. He's not having a good time. Here's that person. The elevation change is pretty wild in this track. Look at this. Really slant facing forward? Yay! Yeah, this track's a bit wild without using a map. Like, I even slowed down for that one, and that did not end well. I'm glad I didn't choose, like, a stupidly fast car for this track. Oh, watching now. Oh, that's trippy with the background moving around. Whoa, 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 whoa. Okay, game just split me. Again, I'm like hesitant here, and it still is absolutely thrashing me. I mean, I guess the skulls and the logo of this track were nothing to nothing to fuck around with. Bitchy little car though, like it's kind of. Oh. Oh, yeah, no. It's the noises too. For I can't tell if that's part of a music, part of a track. Oh, there's a plane crash. All right. I like how they have the effects for tunnels. It's pretty trippy there because we're kind of just floating in air here. I'm really not sure what to take of the music though. Come on. I was braking long on the bridge, too. If only the brakes work better in this game. It's kind of wild. Like, I'm not trying to forward everywhere. I'm actually trying to slow down from these corners and stuff like that too. It's not doing a damn difference.
Final lap.
All right, final lap. So this track's been pretty wild. You can see me braking. It does have brake lights. That's good. I remember it got really hairy here, so we're just gonna. Again, I was slowing down for that to slow down. It's like it just doesn't work out well. 30-mile-an-hour corners in a Need for Speed game doesn't work well, especially when your cars don't stop. The horse noise is wild. With the F1, and at least it does have corner indicators, but you know they don't help much. Man, this spec is really. Oh, up the hill. You really have to wing most of this. It's just kind of crazy. Really hard to wing, yeah. I feel like the hitbox to the edge of this track is not really what the edge of this track is, so that's also great. Oh. Okay, I did not realize that kink was there. I mean, I guess it's like a flex once you know it. You can just kind of drive it flawlessly, but... I like how they added physics object boxes on the... That's how I have a crashed plane. Yep, here we are. I think we got the big turns coming in the bridge. Big turn, bridge, heavy braking, big turn. Oh, okay, game. Somersault me. I wasn't expecting the game to do that. I mean, I was really not expecting that. I thought it kind of leveled you out for most jumps, but no, I guess not. Just gotta not eat the divider here. Oh, camera. Not bad. I think we're not crazy off of a record. I bet if we didn't crash the entire time, that would be a lot closer to it. What is with this music?
Congratulations, you have... Congratulations, you've got a top time for this track.
Very funky.
Here on the backlots and sound stages of Hollywood, nothing is as it seems. From historical epics to special effects blockbusters, this is an eye-popping thrill ride through the magical world of film. Around each turn, a new scene unfolds. But remember, this is a world of illusion. Here, you can never tell what is fiction and what is dangerously real.
Not even that much of a description, too, either. Like, that's interesting. We're going to do the XJ220.
Initially conceived as a concept car, which was to attain an unprecedented 220 miles per hour, the sleek, limited edition Jaguar XJ220 was crafted from a dream into one of the world's fastest production road cars. The XJ220's beautiful aerodynamic styling draws inspiration from such legendary Jaguar cars as the C and D types, the rare XJ13, and the famous XKE. While many supercars focus on performance at the expense of comfort, the XJ220 makes no such compromises. Beneath its curvaceous skin is the traditional Jaguar all-leather interior, with a high feature specification that includes power windows and air conditioning. Derived from the JV6 twin-turbo racing engine, the XJ220's growling 542 brake horsepower V6 can make it leap from standstill to 60 miles per hour in less than 4 seconds and take it to a top speed of over 210 miles per hour. The XJ220 remains one of the world's greatest supercars, with streamlined looks and outstanding acceleration that provide a truly inspiring driving experience.
The XJ220 is one of the coolest cars. I bet that leather interior smelled so good, like when it was new. Oh man, it's such a rare car too. It's such a pretty rare car. Alright, so Monolithic Studios and the XJ220. Yeah, I really want a track mapping game. That's like my biggest takeaway from this video. Is like, why the fuck do we not have a track map? I'm pretty sure if I remember there being a track map in the first one.
3, 2, 1, go!
What is up with this music? That's just wild. So we got like an old West town. Then we got Star Wars or some shit. It's like a space town or space theme. Look at this. Oh, the understeer is so bad. The UFO? He didn't. Oh, I'm braking heavily there. Let me slide on my wheels. How about fire out on its own? This track is wild. This is like the one track that's really really out there. And then we got Blade Runner. That's what it looks like. It looks like Blade. Actually, it actually really reminds me of Rush 2049. More than anything. My God, the brakes don't do anything. And it would be like one thing if the tracks weren't so funky. Like I get their like very exaggerated stereotypes of the area or caricatures. But with these handling physics, I am on the brakes so long, and it doesn't make a fucking difference. I mean, I really don't know what I'm supposed to do different there, besides just drive so much slower, but it's hard to tell when you're very unfamiliar with the track. There's a T-Rex. Okay, hi buddy. Especially when the view draw distance is like very, very tiny. Braking, 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 braking. It doesn't brake. I mean, I guess braking in a straight line would probably be better. Well, like I don't think it makes that much of a difference. I mean, this is. I should probably get out of the braking in a corner habit, especially when this is like pre-ABS type. We're gonna stop. There's the UFOs again. Now we got this. Actually, reminds me of I'm blanking on the name. It's the second track of, is it Lost Ruins? Or something Canyon? From Need for Speed 3, where there's like the whole interior section that's like the temple. Kind of as a callback to that. That's really cool, but a callback to that. A predecessor. So this is 97. Oh my goodness. Alright, F1, no. Yeah, the understeer is wild. I'm trying to figure out how to compensate for it with this game physics. Like here, I was off throttle slowing down. Didn't really do too well there. We also, I mean, this is kind of very similar to Lost to Vegas from the OG Need for Speed. So it's interesting how all three of the first three Need for Speeds have bonus tracks like this. Because you haven't seen it yet, but Empire City is this similar tone to like as a dank kind of night-styled track. But Empire City is the best one of almost all Need for Speed bonus tracks. Yeah, but it really does not seem to do a difference if I try to brake and turn, or I just try to brake straight up. It just doesn't slow down. Yeah, that's... Only the driving was better in this game. I hate how I have to say that, but it's... You know, I'm not asking for, like, you know, modern Hot Pursuit style. But, like, when I cannot make a corner based off the draw distance, kind of wild. Oh, the understeer. Only got a little bit left, we gotta make this pass work. Or we could just shoot up the track and understeer, because... oh no, it's I'm not gonna give it high praise for how it drives. A game, that is. It seems to be a game problem, not a...
Best lap!
That's one way to win. And that soundtrack was pretty cool. I'll give it that. It's... Alright, so let's do the Esprit. Tell me about the Esprit, Mr. Narrator.
The Esprit V8 is one of Lotus's highest performance production road-going cars to date, and is also one of the quietest. A two-seated evolution of the original Esprit, which was unveiled in Paris in 1975. The new Esprit V8 is driven by Lotus's new compact yet powerful 350 brake horsepower engine, which amazingly occupies the same space as Lotus's earlier four-cylinder engines. Capable of reaching 100 miles per hour in just 10 seconds, the Esprit V8 is not only quick, but also boasts excellent handling characteristics, a trait for which Lotus's cars are well known. With an $81,620 price tag, the Esprit V8 is a refreshingly cost-effective entry into the high-performance supercar category, and sets new standards for power and fuel economy for cars of its size.
Interesting. I keep forgetting the Esprit is that old because of the first-gen Esprit, which like the OG MR2. I think that like a slower car on this track is not going to be too bad. I mean, that's also a problem. That's like a weird scaling. Like the Lotus Esprit V8, not a slow car, but like compared to a fucking McLaren F1, I don't know why the like. So the XJ220, McLaren F1, the F50, like they all kind of would just collectively beat the shit out of an Esprit V8. So I'm interesting that it's kind of like it is class its own.
Go!
Nice interior though. I gotta remember what to do here. Oh! I saw this thing. I keep saying, is this a shortcut I could take? Whoa! It's a shortcut. It is. Whee! I wanted to do that. I wanted to do that since I saw it in the first time I raced this track. Yeah, it's just an interesting choice. Like, I mean, is the Esprit V8 a bad car? No, like, not at all. But, like, is it in the same universe as an F50, XJ220, McLaren F1? Okay. Holy shit. Alright, game. Was that a shark? Or a whale or something? That was funny. I didn't notice that before, but that was a very unfortunate roll. Yeah, the Esprit is sitting weird. Like, I think that's probably why they introduced like classes in the next Need for Speed, which makes sense. So it's kind of like everything's grouped together. And you can drive the slower cars without being punished for it. Yeah, like if I was to try to do Proving Grounds, there's no freaking way. Like, of course, the F1's just going to be at 200 something the entire time. Here we have Macalla. Where are you? it was XJ220. And they're playing good defense. Playing really good defense. What a block. Let's see if I can out-accelerate up the hill. Twitchy. Alright, buddy. I like how much it actually does look like the the Esprit V8. That's pretty funny. Cut to the inside. I'll take that shortcut again too, or that alternate. I mean, also, like, it seems to be a bit more manageable in a slower car, which is interesting. Like, hey, cool, a car that actually doesn't feel like insanely. That was a weird physics moment. Like, you know, a car doesn't feel like you're overdriving the track. Bounce over. These older Need for Speeds are definitely something else compared to the modern ones, for real. Not have that accident again. I don't even know how I did that. But we're going to try to not do that this time around. Oh. Do the twitch there. There's the top three. We can win because this next section is a lot more technical, especially when two of my competitors just took each other out there. Oh, twitchy. Let's see. I don't know. I think it's the F1 that's left, and that's really hard to beat in the Lotus. 90 giving me a bump. Crossover. Oh, there it is. Oh, come on. I don't know. Podium would be nice. I ain't giving up yet. Ooh. Yeah, I think I can snipe the 90. Nope. Nope. We're gonna get third.
Best lap.
Oh well. Got one more car to drive, and we'll watch the videos, and I'll give my final thoughts on this. Let's figure out about this thing, because I've never heard of this car before in my life. Let's figure out about it.
Hand-built in a small workshop in Leonberg, Germany, the Isdera Commendatore 112i defines the meaning of a rare, high-performance, exotic supercar. The most distinct visual characteristics of the 112i are its long, bullet-like body, dramatic gull-wing doors for passenger entry and engine access, and an external rear-view mirror mounted above the driver's head. A novel velocity-sensitive electronic active chassis improves handling at high speeds by automatically lowering the entire car by a full 3 inches. And rear downforce and traction are increased during braking at high speeds by an electronic rear spoiler. Powered by a customized 6-liter Mercedes V12, this two-seater's impressive 408 horsepower engine can reach 60 miles per hour in less than 4.1 seconds. With a dazzling 212 mile per hour top speed, responsive yet stable controls, and sleek styling, the exotic Commendatore 112i is well worth the 6-month wait necessary for its construction.
They did not build any of these fucking things. Alright, Commendatore. I believe that's what this is.
3, 2, 1, go!
Okay, I'll give this game a lot of credit for having the spoiler animations. That's pretty cool. And this thing accelerates. Look how torquey that V12 is. like, I know how to combat understeer in real life. These game physics are just so weird. Especially because this game has just like on or off throttle. There's no partial throttle. So it's really hard to dial in your turning. Like a weird lateral move. Oh, we gotta get out of the boot and then we can just fly. There we go. Good top speed on this. I think it accelerates pretty well. Oh. That cool sound effect for tunnels. That's 2 more cars. I don't think we're slipstreaming this game either, which is interesting. Weird car. I've never seen this car before in my life. And I know about cars. This was definitely on the obscure. A little wide. Grab that.
Final lap.
Nice quick lap. I mean, it's only about a 340 time top. Just try to spit on me when I lift off the throttle. Oh, hi F1. That was uncalled for, mister. Oh god, yeah, it has lift-off oversteer like crazy. That's probably why the handling's been catching me out. If I lift off to lose the speed, it's just gonna push itself. It's weird, it's like lateral. It's so hard to describe. Come on. Finally out in the fast part of the game. We got this. Confirm there's no slipstream. Well, he's done. Yeah, he ain't gonna mess with me no more. I want to get some slipstream, but I really don't think there was any. I don't remember seeing any improving grounds. Oh. I think what stuff we're missing is if there's one more track in Special Edition, but yeah, I was not trying to get this game working as Special Edition would be. Kind of a pain in the ass. It takes a lot to get these older Need for Speed games to work, at least in my experience. And it's kind of weird because some of them work a lot better than the others. Whoa! Crossover! Like, I have a PC version of Hot Pursuit 2. It ran once, and I can never get to start again on Windows 10. Takes forever to stop. Oh my god, it really does take forever to stop. I think that's the game applying the brakes. This is so 90s. God, that effects. It's hard cut to the end though too. Alright, so that was the Indigo video. The F1. Like oh, that's a real F1. Oh my god, and they put the Need for Speed plate on it. Ha! Look at that thing. It's so cool. Yeah. It's so cool. The big center scoop too, man. Is that a bird? Is it doing a fucking burnout in the McLaren F1? Ah! That's wild. A real burnout in the F1. Yeah, that was pretty awesome. I like how this game just has carport in. A 50. This starts with a burnout. This is as such one of my favorites. Oh, it's drifting too. I love how this is definitely like Ferrari's own footage. You can tell because there's not a Need for Speed plate on the car. And this is also looks like it's at Furiano's test track. Or a Furiano test track. Oh, nice! Yeah, Furiano has those curves. So cool. Oh man, the classic badges too. Oh, Le Mans. The blue interior is wild. Okay, you could definitely tell that one was like Ford stock footage. Oh, my beautiful XJ2. The Need for Speed plate. That's definitely the one from the intro video too. So they got some mileage out of that bad boy. That's fucking cool. Oh, it's so pretty. That was awesome. I love you. That's so cool. Shout out to whoever got to be like, yeah, what are you doing today? Well, Need for Speed called me up so I could drive this XJ220 around. The fucking PNGs. This looks like stock footage from Lotus. Is that the Top Gear track? That's interesting. Again, that was a super stock footagey video. Like, some of them they put Need for Speed plates on the car and drive it around. I guess they probably got a little bit more use out of the experience. Yeah, they did. Holy shit. That's a cool camera angle. Someone had fun editing these. But on like the shitty old computers in the 90s, I feel bad. Got the zoom effect. That was cool. That was cool. That was very also super 90s. Do we have any more? Oh, the Cala. The Cala gets a video? Yeah, look at this car, tell me it's not related to the Sesto Elemento. Like, tell me to my face it's not related to the Sesto Elemento. I mean, it looks like a 90s Sesto. Being a Lamborghini and all that. Yeah, this guy doesn't have a video. That's all it. That's everything we got. Slideshow. Pretty cool. I got all these pages. I got all the cars too. I mean, especially because this was like 97. This was pre just hop on the internet and look up pictures of Ferrari F50s. You kind of had to. This was actually Oh, they did put a Need for Speed plate on it. Huh. Interesting. These fucking low quality GT90 photos that probably only exist on. Yep. that's the thumbnail there. Oh god, the XJ220. So pretty. Lotus GT1. Massive fucking long tail on that thing. The most civil car in the entire game. Cool thing. Hello, look at that thing. Yeah, that's definitely a Sesto Elemento. I don't care what you say. Even this crazy thing, they built like one of, and it was never actually a real car. That's wild. They open it up like that? They haven't never shot of that? I don't think they do. That's crazy. So, that was... I don't want to talk. That was Need for Speed 2, and there's not a lot there. We got some really cool tracks, and you have some really cool cars, but cars aren't fun to drive because of the physics of this game, and that hurts the tracks too. I mean, you can take the tracks and throw them in a different game, and I think they'd be a lot better. They're really cool designs. I like how they procedurally get harder. The music's great. You got very talented people making the music for this game. Also, is there an actual option for... I don't think there's an option for a... I was looking for a mini-map option. That ain't there yet. So I mean... So yeah, so this was kind of... I don't know, I'd say one of the low points. Even kind of like... Because I've played a lot of the other games, and I just... You know, the first one's the original, so it's hard to base off. This didn't really improve that much. You had some really cool real cars, and the tracks get kind of exaggerated-y. And that does work out, but it is weird to see. The handling, I hate how the cars feel like they don't have any brakes. Like, at all. In any way, shape, or form. It started the demo. Yeah, good job, game. But yeah, that's kind of it. So, yeah. Definitely probably not my favorite. Definitely one of the lowest NFSs. But we have Hot Pursuit next. And the original Hot Pursuit is insane. So we're in for a treat there, and I'm going to try to do both versions of the original Hot Pursuit because there's a bit different in cars, and there is an exceptionally special reason why I want to use the PlayStation version as well. And yeah, I am so excited for it. The only thing I'll say is Empire Park, if you know what that is. If not, you're in for a treat. All right, thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. We'll see you in Hot Pursuit.